Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a little bit of the ending surrounding Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 2, and I guess the ending of Season 2 just in general, what it might set up for Season 3, and what we can expect for the future of various storylines. So in terms of Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 2, like I've been saying in all of my videos that I've been posting as of late, the episodes have unfortunately leaked early thanks to the super incompetent streaming service known as Peacock. The episodes are no longer on Peacock, but the damage has been done, copies have been made, and they have been spreading around the Ninjago community. So instead of pretending like this just did not happen, let's talk about the episodes. We might as well. I'm not going to be reviewing any episodes as of right now, nor am I going to be showing any screenshots from any of the leaked episodes in any of my videos. I'm just going to be using officially released promo material and screenshots from older seasons for the time being, just for my own personal safety. And also, with that being said, there is your massive spoiler warning for Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 2. We are literally going to be talking about the ending here and all of the potential plot points that we could see in later seasons, so keep that in mind. You have been warned, spoilers are ahead. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of different plot points here that were set up for Dragons Rising Season 3 and the future. First of all, we have all of the stuff going on with Eren. Now, Eren in Part 2 has gone through it. He definitely has. Not only did he find out that Sora lied to him, therefore causing a rift between those two, but also he finds out that Master Wu caused the merge, as revealed by Lord Ras and as confirmed by the Master Wu ghost himself. Master Wu did this. He caused Eren's parents to disappear, and he disrupted everything. In terms of what he did to cause the merge, well, no one knows that just yet, but we do know that he did cause it, as confirmed by him. So Eren also has a falling out with Lloyd, because the ninja are not who he thought that they were. They are no longer really for Eren. But you know who is? Lord Ras. Because earlier in Season 2 Part 2, Lord Ras gives Eren some advice in terms of his Spinjitzu, and ultimately those teachings follow through, causing Eren to actually use proper Spinjitzu while training with Frack, who is also training under Lord Ras. So using Lord Ras's teachings, Eren is able to improve, which causes Eren to be rather compassionate towards Lord Ras, and towards the very end of the season, he even goes out of his way to follow Lord Ras through a portal, ending up with him stranded somewhere. It's Eren and Lord Ras together, and I'm excited to see what this dynamic has in store. Eren plans on nursing Lord Ras back to health after their battle with Noct and the rest of the Forbidden Five, and like I said, I can only imagine that things will fall apart more for Eren from here. I imagine eventually Eren will realize that Lord Ras is also not the best for a teacher, and he will go back to Lloyd, try to understand that Lloyd and the ninja, you know, they're doing what they can. And they had no idea that Master Wu caused the merge either, so what exactly was there to do in this scenario? I can see that happening in Season 3, but either way, I am very excited to see where this plot point continues. Seems like Eren is going down a dark path here. Also, speaking of darker paths, we have all of the stuff with Noct and his sister Rox and the other 3 members of the Forbidden Five. At the end of Part 2, all of the Forbidden Five members escape nether space, except 3 of them are unconscious, with Noct and Rox being the only ones of the Forbidden Five actually able to pretty much do anything right now, because again, the other 3 are non-responsive. But how long will they stay that way? In the same way that Lord Ras will be getting nursed back to health by Eren, I imagine these 3 remaining Forbidden Five members will be fine eventually as well. But of course, only time will tell. I do imagine, though, that all of the Forbidden Five stuff will in fact carry over into Season 3. And speaking of continuing storylines, let's talk about Jay. Because with Jay, I've already done a whole other video talking about Jay and what exactly his deal is in Part 2 just in general. But at the very end of Part 2, Kai and Nia make it their mission to track down Jay, get his memories back, restore Jay to who he once was, because following Jay in the tournament of Season 2 Part 2, he just straight up left after losing to Nia. Who knows where he is or what he's even doing. He is still mind-wiped, clearly. He's still not all the way there, and I really hope that we do see more of the history behind Jay. since the merge, because there are quite a few unanswered questions that Season 2 Part 2 kind of neglected to tell us. So here's hoping in Season 3 those get answered. But I do love the idea of Kai and Nia going after Jay. And of course, Nia being more so emotionally damaged during Part 2. I have a feeling that will blend itself into a very intriguing storyline for Season 3. And also, we have some interesting stuff going on between Lloyd and the Source Dragon of Motion. Now, the Motion Source Dragon has kind of been in Part 2 off and on. She showed up at the monastery during the beginning of the season in a physical form, and now she gifts Lloyd at the end of Part 2 with this dragon dagger. She calls it a dragon token or something like that, a dragon icon, but either way, it allows Lloyd to summon her to the immortal world just once when he needs her the most, so I'm curious to see when that time is. I imagine later on in Season 3, or maybe even beyond Season 3, towards the end of Dragon's Rising, maybe Lloyd could utilize this dragon icon to summon the Motion Source Dragon for some reason. Again, though, I'm excited to see what exactly she is capable of, because honestly, we did not see a whole lot of her in Part 2 either, at least in terms of what she, again, is physically capable of. But it's really sad with Lloyd, too. He has a picture of Aaron propped up against the picture of Master Wu. You can tell that he misses Aaron quite a bit, and like I said, Aaron is kind of off doing his own little thing during the end of Part 2 and probably during Season 3. I'm curious to see how these guys eventually do reconnect and sort out their differences, more so the problems that Aaron has with Lloyd's teachings and the ninja just in general. I was also quite fond of the idea that Sora won the entire tournament of the sources. Now, granted, technically Noct did fair and square. Well, not really fair, but you know what I mean. But Sora ends up getting crowned the winner at the very end. It's also a very bittersweet victory because, of course, she won the tournament, sure, but she just lost Aaron for who knows how long, you know? So I liked how that was set up, and like I said, Sora winning, I enjoyed that quite a bit. They did wonders for Sora's character this season as well, for Part 2 specifically. Can't wait to see where that goes in Season 3 and beyond, but I just loved Sora winning. That's what I wanted, and in a way, that's kind of what I got. And I guess really quick, we can talk about the whole Wildfire and Roby situation. I plan on tackling this more in a future video, but they are kind of a thing at the end of Part 2. I'm not the biggest fan of Roby. I find his character to be rather annoying, little too Gen Z, you know, for my taste. He's always throwing out all types of slang and all that. He's just so unserious, and I get why Wildfire likes him. I just don't like Roby very much as a character, but I imagine that will be explored more so in Season 3 as well, and that was also something that was touched on at the end of Part 2. They promised to stay in touch, so I guess they're gonna stay in touch. Sure. But overall, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here regarding the ending of Season 2 Part 2. Sorry these videos have been kind of incoherent and hard to follow. It's just a weird situation, you know? And I have been reading the comments. I get it that maybe my judgment on this season has been clouded a little bit by the messy release schedule. I will be rewatching Season 2 Part 2 at a later date when I, you know, calm down a little bit, when I have room to breathe, because as of right now, things are very overwhelming for me, and you know, I'm just trying my best here. I'm only one guy running this channel, so I'm trying to do what I can. Thank you very much for understanding, though. A lot of you guys have been super supportive and understanding, and I do appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, I plan on tackling more videos in the future, you know, talking about Season 2 Part 2 and all of that good stuff, but you know, I definitely do need a little bit of a break, so I'm hoping to take one soon. In the meantime, though, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments. What exactly did you think about the ending of Season 2 Part 2? How do you think it will lead into Ninjago's future? Leave all of your thoughts down below, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.